What's up, friends? Happy Wednesday. We got some FACEIT League for you tonight. We are halfway through week 3, and we're trucking right along here through season 4. And my goodness, we have a special one today. We have perks. We have perks introduced the first day of perks here in FACEIT League. Already had a fantastic matchup this morning, or it was my morning, but earlier in the day for EMEA. It was a 3-0, but it was a very close 3-0, as you can see in the ticker below here. Actually, extremely close 3-0, as a matter of fact. We saw quite a few different heroes played as well, particularly in the tank role. I think we saw more tanks played than anything else. I am going to be teaming up with Joker tonight. So Joker reached out and said, hey, you wanna like dual stream this match? I was like, sure, why not? Sounds fun. I'm always down for something different. Always down to, promote other casters and stuff that are getting in here and casting some FACEIT League and stuff as well. The more matches we can get out there, the better it is for the scene. So all about supporting all the casters who are out there trying to just, on their own time, come in here and, try to broadcast some matches. Yeah, so we'll be grouping up here. Yeah, probably, once they get into the pick ban phase and stuff, we'll probably hop on the stream together or whatever it is. Let's focus in on this match for tonight. We've got My Villains taking on Heatwave. Both of these teams are 5-0. Neither have dropped a series. In fact, they've only dropped 2 maps between a lot of them. So, Hivemind Villains dropping both of those maps. Now, there are some caveats to all of this, but before we get into that, let's take a look at our standings. So, 5 teams currently sitting 5-0. Obviously, 2 of them here today. One of those is going to be dropping a series. We also have 2 more undefeated teams down, still sitting 4-0. So, we have 7 undefeated teams left in Expert for North America. I'm actually going to have these 2 on tomorrow night. It's our second time getting Hivemind Villains on this season. Let's see, last time was against Alt Dimension, where that's one of the 2 maps that Hivemind have dropped this season, was that Alt Dimension match we had on last week there for week 2. Taking a look at the rest of the matches here for Hivemind Villains, they did have 1 forfeit from Zenith, but they played the rest. The First Flame was their other dropped map, so the First Flame is the parent org of FF, Heatwave. That is what FF stands for. So First Flame was just a team that Race Ace, who I believe owns the org, just put together for fun, just to come compete and have a good time. Other than that, Villains have been flawless. Barely dropped a point here against Yuzu, and that clean 3-0. There's that 3-1 we had on stream last week from your week 2 matchup, and then a 3-0 over Iliad Kronos as well. Kind of zoom in on their history. This is their 2nd season in the league. First season was in Advanced Division. A spectacular regular season. Only dropping 1 series to Wizards Cats, who's stepped up and has proven to be a tour de force now an expert here in season 4. So no shame in that one. But my point being was their one loss was to one of the grand finalists there, and that was their only loss through regular season was to a grand finalist team. And then now moving into season 4, man, so far so good. So far so good. That Alt Dimension match is definitely their strongest dub thus far. Looking back at the other side, let's zoom in here on FF Heatwave for a moment. They are, a perfect 15-0 record, but 3 of those are forfeits, and the other 2 are against First Flame, who once again was just a squad made for fun, and the Hamsters, who aren't the strongest team here in the division. So we don't get a real sense of their power, even looking through their stats and their standings, and even with a 15-0 map record, which sounds great on paper, but then you start digging into it and you're like, oh, it's 3 forfeits and 2 1-4 teams. This is FF Heatwave's 3rd season in the league. Season 2, which was the league, the season I started, they were, a mainstay here in NA Expert. But in season 3, not nearly as good a performance. Overall, not. They went from 11-3 to 9-5. Like, by no means was they terrible. But there were 9 9-5 teams going into that playoffs. It didn't end up being as standout as their previous season. There was also some roster changes heading into season 3. So they still had the 3Ds, right? They still had Ducio, Dimitri, and their coach, Daz Panda. So they still had those 3 that carried over from season 2 into season 3. So as we move into season 4, Dimitri has always been the captain of the squad. Ed is still here. But first time we don't see Ducio, we don't see Daz Panda in any of these matches here. This is the first real test. They've got 3 difficult matches ahead of them. This one, final one of this week, and then playing Artemis and Brock Esports next week. After this little stint, I think we'll get a much better sense of how strong really both of these teams are, but definitely Heatwave.
Perfect.
All right. Well, hello, Joker. How are we doing tonight?
Really fun. I'm excited for this.
Oh, yeah, should be good. Should be good. Yeah, they're finalizing lineups.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Now we got an invite and a map pool. Lijiang Tower, Numbani, Esperanca, Suravasa, Route 66. Good map pool. Good map pool. I like it. I like it.
I do too. I just wasn't expecting a Numbani pull.
Oh, we've seen a lot more Numbani than Iconvalda here in season 4.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of Numbani, actually. It was Heatwave with the Wrecking Ball ban. Looks like we are getting Hex and Virtual are going to be your starting back line there for Heatwave. I have not seen Heatwave this season, and I actually had somebody in chat's like, this team is kind of a mystery. They've been a little elusive, apparently. Ooh, okay.
I've been making sure to try to get the ads. That's what I've been keeping track of. Making sure I don't have I send ad breaks over or we're waiting for a new lobby.
The hell?
That's what I've been tracking.
All right. My margins broke again. Stupid margins.
This is why I made Headrammer and Hippie do everything for me.
Yeah, I mean, this has nothing to do with the controller. This is just Overwatch settings resetting themselves.
Yeah. I had to figure it out. I had to start using a secondary PC for my games because I wasn't. Everything was just crashing. So I had to redo it. Did it, and then I would crash myself.
Oh, okay. You are very quiet compared to my Overwatch.
Oh goodness. I can turn myself up. I've turned myself up. Am I louder yet?
No, not really. It's all right. We are gonna get the Ram May Soj. So this is exactly the composition we were seeing run this morning. And Kerma finds first blood here. And it's just gonna send the villains back. Oh, what a wall! Ebony fortunate to get out there in one piece. All right, see if I can update. See if I can turn you up.
Interested to see if this continues because we're gonna see perks in OWCS this weekend. I wonder if this is gonna be the dominant comp we're gonna be seeing this weekend, or is it just gonna change with more time going into everything? We'll have to see. I mean, obviously.
I mean, it'll almost certainly change.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of when, and you know where the comps have been read. It's villains controlling White Room here early. Kerma's in a bit of trouble on the outside, but does drop the cryo freeze. MNT moving on to the middle of the point with the blizzard coming in from Kerma, throwing right over the Kitsune Rush, and Nino's going to go down. Ant Matrix is invested here from the back as well, and it's going to be good enough for Heatwave to hold on to this point. Not without some casualties, though.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to lose a couple. You're going to lose Amity. You're going to, I think, I mean, that's a big pick, right? And then, well, I mean, right now, FF Heatwave you're looking the part of the 5-0 teams here, Jeff. I mean, they're really keeping things pretty, I'll say, pretty clean right now. That Blizzard Blizzard and the Overclock.
Oh!
I forget words.
Words are hard. Staying alive is hard for the villains, I'm afraid. As they just run into a wall. Minnow going down very early in that fight in his first pick, taking the Blizzard down with him, and that was the big win con that villains really needed to come back on that one. So that's a clean 100-0.
It really is. Yeah, there's been a running thing on my stream where I forget Venture's name.
You forget Venture's name? Okay.
Yeah, I just forget Venture. I'm like, oh, someone brings out the Venture just for like a last second stall, and I'm like, they're on and I'm like, for 30 seconds I forget what Venture, the name of Venture.
Oh, hey, I figured out how to turn up your volume. I can 200. I can 200 you. You just have to go into that little shared Twitch page that we have up.
Oh, perfect.
That's a little better. That's a little better. I already went in and turned my Overwatch audio down to 20.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting Dimitri rolling out on the Has here. Now, one thing to keep in mind is your perks do stay through some maps. So your perks are applied throughout the entirety of a control map. You can see Amity here has the extended barrier already available on the Ramatra. This does mean that Dimitri has reset their perks as well as Kerma going over into this Echo. But First Blood, and this is another hero I thought could be really strong, Joker.
Yeah, no, I think I agree with you there, right? As right now, it looks like HM Villains have an opportunity, but you're going to lose Crumb here earlier, Jeff. But the trade onto Dimitri could turn it back for the Villains. They desperately need to start this map, or this sub-map, off strong. They need something. Spingar's going to take down Neno, but it does look like the Villains are going to start off with the capture percentage here.
Yeah, Clash is able to equalize as soon as Spingar gets a pick. Clash is able to take Spingar down as well. We see some late picks coming here. Heatwave are still trying to run into this thing despite being down players. Dimitri making that swap to the Maga, has to overrun out to the Mega. Does pick up Neno along the way.
And now, like you said, you lose the perks if you switch heroes in the sub map. So I'm wondering if we're going to be seeing a lot less counter swapping going forward.
I think it'll be very hero dependent. You know, it's like ultimates. Some ultimates you're like, yeah, I don't mind giving up this ultimate in this situation. It's gonna be the same thing with perks, I'd imagine. Could be double support ults invested from the Villains here. A very low Super Pizza in the back. Everybody low on this end, and the Sound Barrier comes out to save them just in the nick of time. Out of Hex. They still can't get across the bridge. Just Dono Wall by the Annihilation and the Overclock coming out from the Villains. And, oh, a nice finish onto Dimitri. This is suddenly looking like it could be a quick 100-0 the other direction.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be a late pick on a Spingar there. A lot had to be invested there, though, but you've already gotten Connie up to 50% already after they invested the Kitsune Rush last fight. And then Neno still has a Pulse Bomb available as well, rocking the LA Gladiator skin, which Spectreon seems to think that you get a boost if you run LA Glad. Oh, and Dimitri's off the side of the map. Oh.
Yeah, not a good start, and Kerma no opportunity to try to pop that duplicate. So
yeah,
it could have been a big engagement ult, just kind of falls flat there. And I'm not even sure they're even going to get a chance to use it at all.
Yeah, I think you're going to be right. I think we're just going to see a full 100-0 here.
Ooh, the touch!
Gonna get there in the last second, but I don't think they're going to be around for much longer. They do have... Oh, no, wait. 2 picks come back, but Amity's still alive. Kicking it and throwing the punches on the point here. And I think that's going to keep it going. They do get the overclock kill onto Crumb, and Kerma's still on the point, but for how much longer? They're so low, going to go down. Neno finds that pick, and it's just Hex left, and there it is. There's the 100-0. We're all tied up now.
What a Vortex. The Vortex kept Super from getting back in, just yanked him right down into the pond. That was great. That was great.
Now, we see, okay, Neno's making a swap over to the Sim. I think Super Shy made a swap over to Juno here as well. So those are the only ones that are resetting their perks here.
Looks like everybody will stay in the same. One thing is, if you change and go back, you do still have your perks from the other hero if you go back.
Okay.
So,
That makes sense.
like swapping to a sim for a rollout and then swapping back to the tracer, you don't lose your perks on the tracer for just swapping to do a rollout.
All right, I think that would have that makes a lot of sense because I think that would have been terrible. They just got rid of perks even if you just switched right back to it.
Right.
Oh, Nano's continuing down again. Spectrion's theory of LA Gladiators Tracer is living up to the living up to it. They're just doing so good on this Tracer right now for HM Villains, and you might find another one here for them as it's going to be Crumbs out finding 2 there late.
Oh, Crumb might get another one. Yep. Oh, I guess Hex just reset. Still, I'm surprised Crumb didn't get credit for that, to be honest.
You know, you gotta hate that, right? When you definitely did it, but then the kill feed just says, oh, they reset themselves. That's one of the least favorite things I see when I'm playing Overwatch.
Watch, Kerma is... Okay, I'm about to say Kerma hadn't chosen a major perk until literally that exact moment. Does come out with a full salvo. So we're going to be throwing 9 sticky bombs. Watch out for these stickies. If all 9 of these land, it does insane damage. You see Clash took quite a bit of it there, and Kerma's going to come in and find the final blow. Now moves on to the point, trying to chase Amity out the front door. Had to give up a little bit of space, but it's netted a couple of kills as we got the villains creating a bit of a mismatch outside. But look at the clap back out of Dimitri. Holy cow.
Yeah, great stuff again, and good stuff. Finally going to be able to get some percentage after 150 in the favor of HM Villains going to last map without anything coming for FF Heatwave. They've got double support ultimates. They're going to have dupe. This should stay in the favor of Heatwave here. Obviously, that can change because we don't live in a perfect world, but we'll have to see in a second as Downpour Sound Barrier coming through. Kitsune Rush as well. Overclock everything. The kitchen sink's basically being thrown at Heatwave. They've lost Dimitri. They do get the Annihilation up from Kerma as they get the duplicate out, but Nano's found Super Pizza. The Orbital Ray didn't really find anything. Ooh, that's an unfortunate fight for...
I did not see the Orbital Ray even hit the battlefield.
Yeah, did we... I saw it. Was there a Rajax?
It might have been. I didn't see. Either way, it didn't have the impact that they wanted. I mean, double support ults and a duplicate invested into that. And Heatwave still taking the L, so... I mean, to be fair, you did have double support ults plus an Annihilation invested on the other side.
Yeah, I mean...
That's a big downpour. Yeah, that's a huge downpour. That caught quite a few with it. No shields, no deflect, nothing to fend off the rooting. Coming in there from Dimitri. And here's the flip in from Heatwave.
Yeah, and speaking of downpour, I really like... Going back to the Monday game we covered, it was Seaful, right, on who continuously blocked the downpour with their wall, which I knew you could do that, but I hadn't really seen it, and it was really cool to see that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Good tech.
Very
Good
clever.
use of tech.
Very clever. Okay, so Amity actually swapping over to the Has here. First time pulling out this hero today. Ooh, Crumb finds Karma. Crumb aggressive on this Lucio. Was all the way on the outside by themselves. Ooh, actually Clash coming over to kind of play this flank angle as well.
And then, yeah, that's just a good, all on the back of a good hyper-aggressive Lucio player, which I think is going to come back in somewhat of style, like we were talking about with the new, with perks coming into it.
Yeah, we got the base blowout, which is the increased knockback being used here, as well as Accelerando, which is that attack speed that you were talking about before. It's cool to see. It's cool to see how they play it out. Villains hang on to this one. They're going to end up taking this map 1.
Yeah, and I mean, after a shaky round 1, they stepped it up, turned it back on, and are showing again why they're a 5-0 squad with that 30 boost roll score. let's see here. Let's take a look at that scoreboard.
Yeah. I mean, stats are pretty even, but you can see
Yeah.
Crumb getting in the mix there. Look at Crumb at 21 and 7 on the Lucio. 7,000 damage dealt on the Lucio.
That's crazy. They have more than Neno.
Yeah,
they have more than Neno.
Crumb out damaged Neno. That's wild.
Oh, that's great. Now you can just you can hold that over Neno the entire series and for a while now if you're Crumb.
I will say, I mean, Singar and Kurama definitely put out some hurt.
Mm-hmm. They did. Yeah, Spingar, when I watched them, was really good on the Sojourn. And I'm interested to see, especially since we're going to be heading into Numbani. It could be a big difference, but we might also see that Torb come out that we've been seeing in pro play recently.
Yeah, well, we saw some of the Torb this morning. I'd be curious, do you use the anchored turret or do you use the like super turret? I forget what technical term. The anchored turret I think is actually the term. Anchored bolts I think is actually what it's called.
Yeah, it's anchor bolts.
Anchored bolts where you can throw it on walls and it's got like longer range. Dude, you can yeet that thing. The 50% extra range, you can yeet that turret. It's kind of cool.
And then the overload upgrades your turret for 5 seconds, increasing its health and damage.
Yeah, it's a level 3 turret. Look at the picture. It's a level 3 turret from Overwatch 1.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even... The Craftsman's Forge Hammer can restore armor health to allies?
Yes. That was one of the things, actually, what's his face? Game director. Oh my god, why did Aaron Keller. His name just like jumped out of my brain for a second. One of the things Aaron Keller was talking about was he can't wait to see like a Torb just following a Reinhardt around, just hitting the Reinhardt in the back, repairing the armor.
I'm messaging someone right now.
I mean, it sounds fun.
Let me message Trip up in here.
Okay, they are letting this timer burn, aren't they?
Yeah. When the Monday game was just like one after another. Every like
it's
the
on hold
lobby
again.
just the lobby just continued to like just they sped ran that game.
Yeah, it varies. A lot of the times, like I'll get invites before the game's done. You know, like the teams are so ready to go. Like I barely have time to look at anything. I'm like, all right, here are your stats. All right, here's your next map. All right, here we go. Like, hope you saw that because we're moving on.
Yeah, that is admin support is in. It says virtual.
Yeah, they're clearly having some kind of issue with this.
Yeah,
that's all good.
Can yap more. I'm so excited to see like a top tracer on with these perks.
Oh yeah.
Recon resorts.
Hey, Neno was doing some good work.
Was, yeah. No, I agree.
And may have not been lighting up the damage on the scoreboard, but we all know the scoreboard lies. Come on. The scoreboard lies to you. Not that it gives you the wrong numbers, but it'll be like, oh, that player wasn't doing that much. And then you go and look in game, and you're like, oh no, Neno was popping off. They may not have had 12,000 damage, but
yeah,
they were getting it done.
That's why I hope we get Final Blaze.
Whoa! I've put the request in. I've formally put the request in.
I saw that. I'm like, yeah, no, you're 100% right. We need to, because eliminations don't really tell the whole story.
No, that's yeah, I think that's kind of a must. Yeah, I mean, hey, we're always looking to improve. Okay, I just Numbani for that map too. Let's go accept this invite. Come on, know what the score's on the... Oh. I'm a big giant scoreboard at the bottom of the screen.
And then you could also go to my stream and see a big giant scoreboard on the top of the screen.
Yeah, if the bottom of the screen isn't good enough for you. Wait, are we match prepared again? Okay, no, we're good. I think we're good. Ooh, I say that. I don't see invites for the 5th player there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just looks like there's a bit of an issue here with getting invites out. Let's see, what was this ban? It was an Eichenwalder ban out of Villains. We are going to a Heatwave map pick here to try to bring this back, see if they can equalize.
Brigitte Lucio are the bands. HM Villains band Brigitte and Villain or Heatwave bans Lucio.
Yes, they do alternate. So whoever got map pick, they got second hero ban. So since it was Heatwave's map pick, it was automatically in game 2.
Yeah.
Villains is going to get the Brig ban.
Yeah.
See, it took me. It's taken me until now actually to figure that out. Like, where I don't actually have to go look at the veto screen and try to like parcel through all that nonsense.
I just need
a little bit of common sense.
Yeah. No, I get that. Before they had that, I had like a sticky note up, and I'm like, all right, these people banned first, so then we have to go through everything and then like flip flop going down the line.
I mean, it took me a minute to figure out how to figure out the master bans.
Yeah, that was a lot.
And it's still difficult to see who banned what.
Yeah. Because you have to, if you don't know, you have to scroll through.
Yes.
A lot of text.
Well, it's the map 1 is at number 1. Map 2 is at number 43. Map 3 is at number 84 because it lists every hero in the game and then lists every hero in the game again and does that for every map.
Yeah, that's.
But hey, if you know there's 42 heroes in the game and you can count in increments of 42, you can muscle through it. Juicy, thank you for the follow, by the way. We had another follow earlier that I missed. I noticed. Let's see, that was FACEIT. I'm not exactly sure how to say it, but I appreciate you being here. FACEIT, maybe?
Oh, we're back on hold.
Huh, yeah. Which means you can expect another invite. I do think it's nice when our teams don't ban out the same stuff. Like the kind of honor system, like go by OWCS rules.
Yeah,
I think all teams should do that. Like I think all teams should just honor system, like not repeat bans.
Well, especially since, like, I understand you want to win, but like, especially when you're playing a team that has like a Wrecking Ball 1 trick and you ban out Wrecking Ball the entire time.
Yep.
It's just, personally, I think it's kind of scummy, but you're playing for money, so I understand it.
I mean, and with not just Master Division on the line, but with that being able to feed into OWCS as well, I mean, it feels like there's even more at stake.
Yeah.
Hey, it looks like all of our Heatwave players are in the lobby now. That was the issue. So it was like one of the Heatwave players wasn't getting a game invite, I think was the problem.
Let's hope it's fixed.
Looks like we're going in.
Yeah. It could still not be fixed for the next map.
That is entirely possible. If it's going to take this long again, I'm going to reset Overwatch and fix my margins. Because I hate my margins being broken.
Right? It's because like the first couple of streams I did before, I was like, oh, I should probably fix my margins. I'm like hiding the scoreboard so people can see how much time is on the board.
Oh, yeah.
But I fixed it.
Unfortunately, this doesn't cover anything. It just looks bad.
With my amazing broadcast package by XYBA. Hire them for tournaments. I felt like I had to shout them out.
I appreciate the Zyba plug.
They're gonna hate you saying Zyba. Hippie and Headrammer hate when we call it Zyba in calls with them.
Really? That's all I've ever heard Hippie call it.
Really?
Yeah, I've never heard him call it XYBA or whatever it is. I don't even know what I've only ever heard him call it Zyba.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I felt like I think it might just be Headrammer then who hates it.
Maybe it's Headrammer, yeah.
We hate it when he hates it when we call it.
No one's gonna say XYBA. Come on now.
Yeah.
If that was your intention, then you need to come up with a better name.
It was supposed to be the buttons on a controller.
That makes sense. No, that makes sense. It's an Xbox controller. I get it.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Ooh, this is
It's clever.
really fast. This is a really fast pace by FF Heatwave right here. Yeah.
Oh, there's definitely recontest in here.
Yeah.
Jambon on the ball, but Nino gets caught. Nino tries to come in and help Jambon out, who has subbed in for this second map, by the way.
Yes. Jambon coming in to play Wrecking Ball. Makes sense. Makes sense. Wouldn't have not expected it, because they're a very good Wrecking Ball player. When Wrecking Ball's played, let Jambon play.
Spineguard in the back. First time I've seen an Ashe here today. I'm kind of curious what they're going to pick here for this first feat. It's about to come online directly. Whoop. Dodge around the way of that sleep dart.
And then I think they finally fixed that the bug in Ashe where you could just crouch and then not get not take damage, which is nice.
Didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, you okay? Yeah, that was you just crouch and you couldn't take damage.
Dimitri gets the nanos, gonna find Crumb in the back line. The Yana's in, proving very vulnerable. You know, we had kind of theorized we might see this composition. Turns out it is, in fact, just food for a hamster.
Yeah. And then the Ana perks too. Pull those up.
Okay, so looks like Spinegar's gone with the extra coach gun knockback.
I can see. Yeah, I think that's probably the better of the two.
We're getting the roll through out of Dimitri as well, which is I've seen in the hamster. Oh. The mind's just completely denying any kind of recap. We did get a nano boost thrown on a Jambon and a Transcendence now invested into this. Obviously, one good Bionade could kind of devalue that Transcendence entirely. Considering Rush invested hero out of the back as both teams kind of returned at full strength. Crumb in there to get that shot onto Karma. That means, and a nasty headshot on a Super Pizza. That was sick.
Yeah, it was great. They desperately needed that hold there, Jeff, because they were going to be walking into what, like 5 minutes for point 3. As Dex clipped us talking about Zyba.
Yeah.
He's sending it to Hippie or Headrammer.
If you're expecting anybody to say 4 syllables to say your name, you're crazy.
Oh, no. They're going to hunt us down.
And I'm going to tell them, yes, you need to call me BULLSKUNK from now on.
Oh, my goodness. Spingar's going to get taught out there by Neno and Jambon, but Jambon, they're going to get the healing. They're going to stay alive. Buy more time. Going to get down to 2 minutes 30. Pulse Bomb available here. You might be able to keep things going your way. Nano Boost, though, going to be invested on Dimitri. Slapped up, though. Going to get woken up, and Clash is going to go down. Crumb goes down. Just some great tracking here by Dimitri on the Wrecking Ball. Finding 3 in that room. And you're going to try to find Jambon as well. You're going to be able to do it. Wow.
Dimitri goes into a 1v3 up there, by the way. Is discorded, like there's into both supports and and Clash up top. And still manages to get out, not only get out, gets all 3 kills and comes down to get the follow-up onto Jambon as well. Like, incredible stuff. Now has the 3rd perk ready to go. Has both perks here on the Wrecking Ball. Honestly, both of the perks are the ones I did not see used earlier in the day. It's awesome to see. So we're getting the shield transference perk here. Ooh, Nano, though, with a very important pulse, might just stop this whole attack.
Yeah, really good stuff already. Crumb's gonna find out Kerma, and Dimitri's really low. Finally gonna go down. Clash is gonna be able to take them out, and the rest are gonna get cleaned up around them. Wonder what did Honey has both of theirs up here. Do they have? They have
Oh, wait, bouncing nade and nano.
and Shriek.
Yeah, where you can nano yourself.
Yeah.
Which I figured headshotting as Ana would be the way to go, but
Yeah.
I guess nanoing yourself is pretty damn good.
I know. I mean, if you've ever played,
Play free for all.
Yeah, that's just fun to do. But Bob's gonna be invested here early. Jambon's gonna get out, and then now Hex goes now you're gonna have to invest Transcendence, or the Transcendence is invested here. Neno is gonna stay alive for the moment. There's definitely gonna be a recontest, but it might not be a clean one.
Especially the sleep on Jambon early. Then the anti thrown on top. Jambon being kept off the point. Eventually gets the nano in, throws the mines out. Super Pizza nanos themselves and Kerma. That was kind of cool to see. Although it didn't really net any kills. Hex actually finding a pair. Both headshots landed from the Curie, and it's enough to get the third point on the board with a $133 left.
Yeah. I mean, Dimitri Wrecking Ball. Crazy stuff. I was talking about Jambon being a really good Wrecking Ball player. Dimitri just kind of showed them up that entire round. That was good stuff. And I think rocking the best, personally, I think they're rocking the best Wrecking Ball skin. That Beehive skin or whatever it's called. I think it's my favorite one.
Really?
Yeah, I just like I just like the look of it. It looks like a wrecking, like a good Wrecking Ball skin. I don't know.
I'm a fan of Iron.
Now we're seeing some swaps. I mean, again, that makes sense because they don't transfer between.
They should.
They do? Okay.
Yeah, they should. It's for the whole map.
I think I've only played Flashpoint, or not Flashpoint. I've only played Push with in the new with perks, so I I didn't know.
Yeah, I believe they should stay.
Let's see. We can just look at Connie and see if they've stayed. No, they didn't. Because Connie's back to 1. So is Nena.
Okay. Neno's back to 1? Okay, so it does swap on attack and defense. Okay.
All right.
Interesting. It's kind of weird that it doesn't change between control maps, but it does between attack and defense.
Yeah, it's odd. Oh well, Kerma's gonna find Neno early there. Gonna pull out the Torbjorn like I was hypothesizing earlier before we went into it, and Hex finds another shot, looking really good. But Kerma's gonna get taken for a ride by Jambon there. So, well, both teams are kind of even at the moment here.
I never realized just how cool the sounds are on the My Hero Academia Curie skin. Like, just the way the kunai sound, it's very like butterfly knife.
I'm so upset I don't have those. I just didn't want to spend $30 or $40 for this.
Oh, I understand. I'm mad at myself for not getting the avatar skins, but I also was just like, I don't have that. Just burning a hole in my pocket right now.
I say that, and then I'll spend like $100 on a t-shirt.
Well.
It's like the one I'm wearing right now. Definitely didn't spend $100 on it.
We're looking at a 2-3 split. I think Hivemine are able to kind of deal with the two on the outside and create a mismatch here on the back. Yeah, Hex is going to find Neno. And this is going to leave Crumb by themselves, although, you know, Crumb is able to find a couple.
Yeah, they find that. Jambon finds a pick. Invest rush into this. That was very close. They almost. They got that. I assume you can Ajax Kitsune Rush.
You can, absolutely.
That was really close to being that fair. And they're still not going to win that fight after investing the rush into that, too. That's not what you want to see.
No, not ideal here for villains.
Jambon's made the swap over to the Winston now. Neno's got Pulse Bomb ready to go, though. Almost finding Super Pizza. Not going to be able to land the stick. Clash is going to go down, though. So this might just be, again, another reset you have to come in here for the villains. They haven't been able to break open this this defense.
No, I had a couple of good picks, and then the Bob thrown into the top back hallway really kind of stopped the attack there. Jambon is still out in a very awkward spot after being forced out from that wide flank to try to go find the supports. And still just running away. Kerma is giving chase all the way back into point B. So, I mean, the tank of villains is off on an adventure here through the streets of Numbani.
And they still might no way to get the health pack.
They're going for the mega. You can see, I mean, Clash and Connie are still here trying to create something on the front line. Neno swapped over to Afara, who now has Halt, by the way. Or at least has that as an option. Okay, the Nano comes in. Jambon and manages to return into the fight just in time to receive the boost. Managed to pick up a pair of kills along the way. Clash is going to invest the bomb into it. And despite that looking extremely awkward, somehow villains make it work.
Yeah, gotta be able to chill out Dimitri, but you're gonna find Hex. You're not gonna have any healers any longer, and you're finally going to be able to open up the payload and get a new lease on life here now.
Oh, Maddie does have an interesting point.
Yeah.
Like, you would have unfair attack phases if one team started with all of their perks and the others didn't. That actually is a very good point, Maddie. Although I do disagree with your next point, because in pretty much every Koth round, we've seen teams get up to major perks on the very first round.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with your second point, but your first point's very valid.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Especially if, because you're gonna I feel like 9 times out of 10, especially like Numbani, you're gonna be changing your composition from attack to defense. So it does kind of put them at a disadvantage if you're gonna.
Well, you wouldn't want, you know, one team to be able to attack with all the perks. That's imbalance. That's actually a very good point. So no rush engage here. Immediately, Jambon's going to pick up 2. Dimitri tries to take to the skies and gets the nano boost to help them stay alive through the gravitic flux. They slam Jambon all the way back into spawn, and the rock! Oh!
Crazy.
It interrupted the barrage, but not before Nano gets that final rocket needed to send Dimitri back to spawn. Spygar's still going to try to hold on to this thing with Mr. Butler. Big old long dynamite thrown in. I think they've got that extra dynamite radius on that as well.
Let's see. You have a perk up. It is no, they still have Sidewinder up. They have Sidewinder. They don't have the Airburst yet.
They had both perks, or they had 2 perks.
They have both perks available, but I don't think they've selected the major one yet because they're in.
Oh, I was talking about Spingar. Spingar has major.
Spingar. Oh, okay. I was talking about.
Yeah, I realized that.
All right, that's fair. And well, Clash's team's gonna be able to take that fight and take point 2 here.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of swaps out of Heatwave for this defense. We're getting our first Bastion. First time I've seen Bastion here in FACEIT League with perks. We've also got full swaps of the backline. So Super Pizza comes off the Ana, tried the Juno for a split second, and finally has landed in the BAP as Dimitri and the rest of Heatwave moved into this brawly Rumatra composition. Pushing up forward, try to hold Jambon into the ATM area. Hey, you know what? It ends up working out. Kind of. Wait, Clash is clapping back. Jambon's got a Primal Rage in. That's a camera thrown into the floor.
You're going to get Dimitri here. You're going to keep pushing forward. You're not going to have equal time banks, but you're still going to hopefully get with time on the board. A late stagger onto Hex as well. Which is big. This is big news for HM Villains. After a shaky point 1, they might be able to just roll through this 3rd point here. Super Pizza's gonna go down. There goes Spingar. Dimitri quickly afterwards. Wow, what a turnaround from the villains there.
Much needed to him, and they still finish with 37 seconds less in the time bank, so they're gonna go right back on the attack once again. Let's see if they can have a little bit better time on their opening this time. The Winston does end up working out, I will say.
Yeah. Which, I'm liking that. Winston's back into meta again. Just for the full fact that Twitch chat will spam Winton the entire time.
Oh yeah, I've got emotes for it. It's fantastic.
All right.
Let's get some Winton emotes. Get some Winton emotes.
Winston emotes.
Winton in chat.
I'm trying to find. There they go. I'll give you even though it's 2 minutes before anyone was here.
This is true. But yeah, they know. There's some Winton.
There's Winston. There's Winston. Keeping with the comp that worked for you. Again, like I love to say it. If it's broke, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So,
yeah, Nino even returning on the Pharah here. We are getting a diva on the other side.
Yeah, I think it's gonna help a little. It's gonna help with Pio a little bit more. It's gonna help deal with Neno in the sky, and we'll have to see though. It's going to be the difference maker because they didn't really have an answer on that attacking phase when villains took up this comp.
Clash trying to sneak around through this side hallway. Needs Nino to take this turret out, I believe. Otherwise, they're going to struggle. Oh, but unfortunately, Nino's down. Yeah, Clash has no room to work on that top side and is forced back down low. Villains have struggled to pick up any kind of progress here in this extra innings push. Jambon is going to just go ahead and leap onto the objective, but there's just no sustain. Able to get the overtime initiated. I don't see any more blue jerseys.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, I thought I saw a Tracer blink in there at the last second. But it wasn't going to be able to get there in time. Now. This is a perfect chance. Heatwave have the entire, have minute 37 to tie up the series here. And, they're definitely looking the case, especially after their own attacking round, right?
Thank you, Maddie.
I
knew I could count on you for some Winton.
After their attacking round, they kind of just captured in the first fight, so you're feeling confident for Heatwave to turn or tie up the series now.
Well, at the very least, they're not going to go down 0-2. That's guaranteed.
Yes. You'll take silver linings, right? You'll take that if you can't capture the 33% of the first point. Obviously, you're gonna want the 33 that tied series because then you still have a chance to go down 0-2 next map. But we'll see. Heatwave have looked really good on this map, especially when they're on this wrecking ball composition. I won't put it past them to tie up the series here.
We're getting the Anakiri here to support Dimitri on said wrecking ball. Also, Karma on a Genji. So saw a little bit earlier. I think I mentioned at the top of the stream. Didn't have much success when we first saw it, but has more high ground capability. So might be better able to combine with Dimitri on some of these engages. You still got to watch out for those rockets, though. Neno's managed to find some very important ground. Good sleep from Super Pizza. Able to land that on Jam Bomb, but they get the bubble up and no follow-up on that. So far, that opening 30 seconds has been devoured by the defensive villains.
Dimitri's tracking is so crispy on the wrecking ball. And then Spingar's going to be able to take down Neno early on here. You might be seeing the beginning of the end, but a sleep dart in, slam comes through, Flash is so low, gonna get caught out by Dimitri, and now it looks like Heatwave have the presence on the point. Gonna try to finish it off. A nice slam, getting everyone low, and that should just wrap it up here, Jeff.
That really nice fight. Really nice map. They're out of Heatwave. They tie up the series. I gotta say, Hex is just vicious. I think Hex may have been my player of the map there for Numbani.
Yeah.
Or Dimitri. That Dimitri wrecking ball was immaculate.
Right. I feel like if it wasn't Dimitri getting the map, or the pick started, it was Hex. And so I'm 100% with you, especially with that, even with that play of the game right there. Right. We saw it was just the Dimitri and Hex show in that play of the game. And yeah, they're looking really good. I'm excited for this next match.
Oh man, the stats are super close. I mean, super close.
And it's a super close game, so I mean,
wow. Your damage leader actually is Clash on the other side. Clash in the Ash. Through all of that map, takes most damage in the lobby over both of our tanks. In fact, both of our Ashes were had more damage than either tank, and only 300 damage separating the two. Equal elims as well, both with 25 elims. Just 2 more deaths there for Spingar. Very close.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what we're seeing, right? It's just a really close series. The stats are the stats are backing us up, and now we head into map number 3 with the lead on the line.
And this was a villain's map pick, so it's Heatwave with the Orisa band. Are we still on the same sides? We are still on the same sides. Amazing.
Yeah, that's the other great thing, right? About expert never seeing any swap sides, which, hey, I love that.
It does make it easier to keep track of things.
Mm-hmm. Orisa banned Heatwave bans Orisa, and Genji is banned by villains.
I expected to see more Orisa through this. I figured Orisa getting shield would just be insanely powerful.
Yeah, I wanted to try it myself. I just never got to a map that I felt like Orisa would be.
Really, Orisa's kind of my go-to when I don't know what to play. I feel like Orisa's just good in all situations, or it's just kind of a like jack of all trades kind of tank at this point. Like,
oh yeah,
it's just versatile. It's like, if my team wants to poke, I can do that. If my team wants to brawl, I can do that. You know, it's just Orisa's my default. Like, I don't know what to play, I'll just play Orisa.
Oh yeah, no, I get that. I just play Zarya if I can.
Hey, I hear that. Zarya's my most played hero in Overwatch 2.
We're seeing the Bastion come back out from Kerma here.
I want to see the Bastion do well. I want to see the Bastion like get up some level 3 perks. Let's see this Bastion at full power. Hey, you know what? So far so good here for Heatwave. They're gonna win this first fight.
Yeah, and we've also seen Amity come back in for HM Villains for Jambon now.
Yep. Also picking up the Wrecking Ball though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was interesting, but you maybe like Amity's hero pool a little bit better for Esperanca.
That was a really cool rollout. Ooh, even got some additional damage onto Spingar. Spingar's in trouble. They're in the back. Let's see. I think Neno is trying to hunt them down. Not quite able to. Spingar's still at about 50 health.
Yeah. I don't think Amity. Finally, Connie's going to be able to get those picks coming in for.
It's too late. It's too late. We got the checkpoint.
Oh.
It's only 90 seconds in. They've got checkpoint.
Oh my goodness.
That's not good. I mean, you get the 2 picks, but nobody contests.
Yeah, no, that's especially since you win that fight, right?
Yeah, that hurts. That hurts.
That hurts a lot more than we lost. We win the fight, or we lose that fight, that first fight, and then you lose that. You win that second fight, and you You win that second fight, but you lose forward spawns.
Yeah, that's disastrous.
Ooh, pulse bomb stick came out from Neno, but
so important. Yeah, Connie is the one that falls, despite the pulse coming out. Now Villain's gonna have to do this without that Curie, and this is just Lucio heals. Now they do have a sound barrier, which they're gonna go ahead and invest immediately. Connie, well, is still making their way back from spawn. And Matrix thrown in a very awkward spot here, just right on this little ledge. The Bastion trying to take advantage of it. And you know what? Actually, Super Pizza is the one who gets who gets the kill through the Ant Matrix. Ends up working out, despite looking a little wonky.
Now, Dimitri invested Flux into that, and I thought they got someone with it, but they didn't complete the animation, so I don't know what happened with that.
I didn't see. Maybe Connie was able to swift step out. That happened earlier. Like maybe they caught Connie and they swift step out.
All right, that makes sense. Makes sense. Again, I mean, hey, after a shaky start, right? Well, maybe Connie's gonna go down. No, you're gonna still turn that back in your favor. If you are HM Villains.
And an opportunity to get checkpoint here. There's no close spawns out of Heatwave, so you can see at the top of your screen Heatwave are making the long walk back. Now they are kind of hurrying to get in a position to recontest. It is going to take one more fight for Villains to get this bot across the line.
Amity is just by definition looking like Batman right now. Just hanging from a grapnel. There's a pulse bomb out from Neno. Not gonna find anything though. There's the minefields now out onto the point, and well, you've got Hamichi all separated and taken down. Kitsune Rush now invested by Connie, and like you said, this is a really good chance to get your forward spawns, and it looks like that's going to happen here. The picks keep on coming through from the Villains, as there it is, forward spawns and the lead going their way.
I don't know that you needed the Kitsune Rush there. Like, maybe you fend off Heatwave by using the Kitsune Rush, you know, a zoning rush if you would. But, you know, it gets it done. And you needed that checkpoint, so I understand the investment there. Now, I think you would like to have it for this long stretch. Kitsune Rush is so powerful down this long stretch by the yellow bus. What are you doing down here, Connie? What are you doing down here? Amity doing his chandelier cosplay once again is going to drop in above Dimitri. Dimitri manages to find Clash nevertheless. Woo! Karma barely keeps those big old feet on dry land.
But no picks come in, and you're going to be able to stabilize now. Karma is going to get caught out by Connie. And going to be able to stay alive.
That was sick.
Yeah, it was
gets the kill, the Suzu to survive the turret, ducks around the corner, grabs the Mega Swift, steps out. Like, that was sick.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing some really good gameplay, and I'm excited to see continue going forward, but quickly it's going to trade back into the favor of Heatwave. For the moment, Super Pizza does go down, but the bot is still getting procced by Heatwave. Now Amity's down. You're gonna get back into the way for Heatwave for the moment. Neno's gonna be trying to stall for the time, try to get them. Well, there's the forward spawns out, and now you're back in control. No, you're not, because you lose Hex, and now you've lost Karma.
Once again, it's a touch late, but Villains will win it out. And it was such an interesting clash, and Clash and Karma were kind of having their own little duel off in the back to see who could kind of catch up on that flank. Clash ends up coming in with that really important high ground position when it was all said and done, completely catching Heatwave by surprise. And so Villains able to hold on to this lead. Now, close spawns were available, so we're going to get a very quick recontest right here on the top wall. Ooh, good body block from Dimitri. Amity has to go the long way around. Close spawns picked up. Dimitri drops just a split second too late, trying to catch up to that bot. Now he's going to throw in the Flux around the corner. Absolutely whiffs on that, but lands a big rock onto Chrome. Yep, rock.
Crazy. That was crazy. I caught it. That kill onto Crumb was like a fadeaway with the spears, right? He's jumping back, he throws it out, takes down Crumb. That was a crazy looking play to catch.
You think you caught it? Think how Crumb feels. Crumb caught it right to the dome.
Yeah, you're not gonna like that if you're Crumb, but hey, that's a good clip for your for a montage if you're Dimitri.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yep, rock. All right, little battle under this little underpass here. A big advantage over to villains is they have access to this high ground, and you can see that Heatwave doesn't like that too much. They sent a couple players over to try to take it back. Ends up being a pretty decent battle for it. Nano throwing a pulse bomb out in that exchange. Still nobody goes down. It wouldn't surprise me to see the mines being thrown into that corner, but Amity's going to drop off and throw him right here, try to block the path of Heatwave. Now Heatwave have kind of gotten themselves cornered. Amity moving in on the back side. Sound barrier thrown in from Crumb. Nano got hit, and here comes the Molten Core out of Kerman. It looks like Heatwave were able to escape what was looking like a very difficult situation. Have bought some space, and all 5 still alive here with the rally fading.
Yeah, desperately need a fight window here. Down to 2 minutes. Kitsune rush invested by Connie. A nice shot, though, comes in from Spingar. Takes down Crumb with that OC. Another one bites the dust. Neno back to spawn. Amity still trying to roll through, trying to make some disruption, but finally it looks like they're going to be able to get forward spawns and can make some progress. But again, when we've seen these forward spawns get activated for Heatwave, they lose the next fight.
Yeah, this is one they can't afford to lose. This one's for the lead. Ant Matrix out of the back. Kerma trying to keep the Wrecking Bull at bay. Ooh, has the opportunity for a level 3 turret, by the way. I would love to see this thing in action. 4 seconds left on this cooldown, though.
Looks like, yeah, they're going to be able to finally overtake the lead here, Bull Skunk. After a lot of fights, they finally able to get in the favor once again. Let's see, are we gonna see those? Or have he? That's a regular turret still. Where's the?
I know. There it is. There it is. Level 3
there
turret.
It is.
Level 3 turret. Rockets and all. Uh-oh.
You're no fucking turret for you.
No turret for you.
Pulse bomb the turret. Takes the fight too off the back of the turret pulse bomb. Hey, you know what? You'll take that. You'll take that all day. If you're villains, you do lose Crumb, but you're gonna take those trades and take the fight back. Though there's only 25 seconds to go, and you have to win what, 2 fights?
Yeah, definitely 2 fights. We got close spawns here, so Heatwave will be able to move up onto this bridge side. Ooh, are they gonna try for the backside flank?
Wait, they didn't even know, and Kerma goes down. Uh-oh.
Great raid. Nano making a swap over to the Pharah here. And that's a free fight win. I mean, essentially, now we might see Heatwave try to take this 4v5, but I would expect them to try to just disengage, see if they can set up for a solid 5v5 here, final fight to see who takes the lead in the series.
There's a Kitsune rush in from Connie. Is it going to be the opening that they are desperately looking for? Chano's going to come in, find Super Pizza. All the ultimates coming out from both of the squads. Who's going to be able to find it? Spingar drops it, banks down Crumb after the sound barrier dissipates. And it looks like we're seeing Heatwave take the map and bring it to 2-1 into their favor.
Hanging on through another extremely close map. They make the smart move, rotate around. They managed to survive after that early pick where they tried the aggressive flank around the offside. End up losing somebody on that. Doesn't work, but they're able to regroup out here by Yellow Boss. And they hang on. A good ultimates. Great overclock combo with the Molten Core. There to just buy a ton of space. Really well played. And I mean, a map. I mean, that goes down to final fight. The lead for this series, Joker, was down to the very last engagement.
Yeah, and like you said, that pick onto Kerma could have just been disastrous for FF Heatwave, but they were able to stabilize. They had the ult advantage, and they used it perfectly, and were able to bring the series up 2-1 now, and have a chance to finish it here on Suravasa.
And we're just jumping. This is one of those quick turnarounds. We're just jumping right into this thing.
Hey, after our long bits at the beginning, take it. I'll take it. Ramacha hazard bands.
Oh shoot! I didn't even get Heatwave's point on the board. Let's do that.
Mantra ban for villains. Hazard ban for Heatwave.
And this was Heatwave's map pick as well. Something to keep in mind.
Interesting.
Hey, they did not repeat. Okay, no. Well, yeah, they did. They repeated a Genji ban, but that's the only one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Hey, it's better than just banning
the same hero all series. Yeah.
I'll give them. You know, I'll give them the one copy ban. But yeah, no banning the same hero the entire series. That's just the transition of the game. I was still on my map.
Well, we're getting into this thing. We got a Malga composition here. There's Dimitri. I don't know, I'm curious to see if they run the 2 hearts.
Yeah.
I can see how that would be really cool on Flashpoint. How they actually be very useful on Flashpoint. Where you heal on the objective as well with that perk activated. Oh, good rock on Anina. Or Kerma, excuse me.
Yeah, we'll have to see what Dimitri decides to go with. But
look at Amity's ult charge. Holy shit.
It's crazy, right? They're out.
This is like a 1 minute flux.
Yeah, they're out alt charging the supports.
Yeah, they're leading the server. Yeah.
That's
and like not by a small margin either.
By a lot, by over 20%. And Dimitri's made the swap over to the Sigma to mirror Amity now. No, we're not going to be able to see the Malga perks yet.
Yep. There's so much for that. Hey, you know what? Good comp pick here by the villains. They make a good read coming out on that poke comp. Able to do a lot of damage to Amalgam before they can run in. So worst thing, ooh, the accretion misses on that big early flux out from Amity. But isn't enough. It looks like villains are starting to kind of get kicked in here a little bit with the orbital ray out from Pizza. Those support ults caught up, and it's a difference maker here. The 99-0 flip out of Heatwave.
Yeah. And they used orbital ray like you're supposed to use orbital ray. Win the fight with it, and gets him back into the currently gets him back into the driver's seat. Could change since Heatwave still have ultimates to invest in this fight.
I mean, it was just the one invested from both sides, but with this Kitsune Rush available, could make life very difficult. Demity's going to immediately just go face long right onto this objective. Is stopped, but for a moment. Is that Super Pizza up on that high ground? No, excuse me, that Spingar up on that high ground, providing that crazy angle. But Clash has the overclock in, joins them, point blank shot, but gets rocked, backing up 1 health. Dimitri will find that pick. Hex is going to pop in this rally to try to keep their Sigma alive through this. Goes in and starts battering down on the back of Amity with that big mace. It was taking fire from the backside. Now the flip comes in as Heatwave have abandoned the point too long, and they're trying to make their way back on with this overclock. Spingar finds Nino out of the gate. It's a low Amity brought down by a turret, and the Molten Core wins it out.
That's crazy, especially since Dimitri got rocked mid flux as well. He had to invest everything into it to win it out, but you'll take that. You get control, you get the lead to start it off.
It was an 8-ult fight.
Yeah.
That was an 8-ult fight.
It was everything. You threw the kitchen sink at both of them threw the kitchen sink, but FF Heatwave landed more.
Really big play there out of Spingar. Spingar had the better overclock, had that big jump up top. I love the bold move to just get right in the face of Clash. Stole away that important high ground. Now we've got defender's advantage here for Heatwave as they got a favorable spawn here on Gardens. Amity trying to turn the corner, but man, that's a tough corner to turn. Clash gets the kill, and that could be a big flux. Actually ends up only getting 1 and just sent the Torb into space. I don't think that Torb has landed yet.
Yeah, and a good opening for villains here. I had to run away because my cat was meowing.
Oh, you're fine. That's the beauty of us actually having 2 casters here. Like, you don't have to talk for the entire time. You can, you know, take care of your cat and stuff.
Yeah. But he wasn't even at my door. I don't even know where he was.
Early orbital thrown into Dimitri's going to find Amity right out of the gate with a big ol' Yep Rock. And this is just going to be a swift fight. Nino does a good job just to trade out one here.
Yeah, you'll take that trade even though you lose the point. Crumb goes down late though, but again, you're gonna come back into this next fight, next engagement with Orbital Ray. You're gonna have Rally, you're gonna have Overclock, you're gonna have everything besides your besides your Flux, right? So you're sitting pretty if you're HM Villains right now.
Portal still just a touch away there for Heatwave, but fortunately for Heatwave fans out there, Villains are kind of taking their time on this approach. Not quite sure why. They've got everything, maybe just waiting on some cooldowns to push in. It's gonna be the Rally and the Molten Core here to start things off, so they try to move on to this point. Orbital Ray invested to it, and there's just 3 ults piled on top of each other, and so far, Villains have not found a single pick. Rally popped as well as Overclock from the other side to help defend, and Dimitri still has this Gravitic Flux to work with. With the rock already spin, there's nothing to stop this. That is a monstrous Flux! That is going to smash everybody. Biggest ult of the series so far, and it's going to be good enough for Heatwave to take the second point. We even get a hammer kill from Kerma.
That's crazy. Yeah.
God, that was so good.
Yeah, what really was, they were able to sustain through 4 ultimates from HM Villains, waited out, they played it perfectly, and like you said, invested the Flux when you're going to be able to get better, you're going to get better ways to Palace because you won that last fight too.
Yeah, and once they get the defender's advantage again.
Yeah, that's crazy, and you're going to find, oh my goodness, you almost found Flash early there. Oh my
good use of the anchor bolts. I loved that turret placement from Kerma. I'm sorry, I had to highlight that. That was cool. That was cool. Like stuck it up in a roof corner.
Oh my goodness.
All right, popping this Overclock here. So hoping it'll do something. Throws another turret up on the roof, but now we've got an we got an orbital in. Amity with a good Flux. Everybody's low, but the heals are good.
Right.
Oh my goodness. How does Super Pizza stay alive through that?
Went and tried to get Amity with a hammer kill in that fight. Wasn't gonna be able to do that. Oh wow, you're gonna be able to save Crumb's life for the moment. The pause comes in.
Oh no!
That's an unfortunate time for a pause.
No! Hex was still alive in this thing. Hex was in the thick of this. I mean, battling it out, just got the kill onto Clash. Had like 25 health and was hanging on by a thread, but was like the extra player that Heatwave needed in this drawn out, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like degraded fight, devolved fight. Hex was still alive and kicking and then gets DC'd. That is just terrible.
Yeah, that's just the nature of online matches. Yeah, that's just unfortunate, and they won't get anything back in it as well. Hex is going to be able to get back though in time, which is good, which is nice for them. But again, like you said, now you're just gonna kind of maybe you don't just lose this fight.
Did you win it out? Hex getting that kill just before the game crashes, is it gonna be enough? I don't know. There's a rally out from Cotty. Doesn't look like Dimitri's gonna live much longer.
Wait.
Ooh,
Wait,
maybe
Spingar?
Spingar.
Spingar Overclock, gonna find Crumb here. No, maybe gonna use to get the speed ring, get out. But only 11% given up by to the Villains here by Heatwave, and you could be back in control of the point.
What a play there. Dimitri doing right by Hex, making sure Hex's sacrifice was not in vain. Orbital Raid now thrown in here from Villains as they move back onto this point. Dimitri is able to get some work done with the Flux. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Maybe he's still low, still trying to catch up. But Clash has picked up one, and now Molten Core thrown over the top. Spingar gets that kill on a Nino just as they were leaping down to the low ground. But Clash with 2. Making a good use of both of those new perks.
Yeah, they really they're gonna save their map life here because again
series life.
Oh yeah, series life because this is the last. This could be the last map here. He forgot that we were on to series point after just a really good series. I wanted more.
I know. I want more of this too.
But it could be all over here with Super Pizza dropping the orbital ray. The Flux gonna come through, not gonna be able to connect to anything, and Super Pizza
it got Super Pizza.
down.
Yeah.
That's gonna be huge. Amity is gonna be able to find 3 and hold it strong. A 4th comes in for the Sigma. Are they gonna be able to find the ace? Do they get
Looking for it.
They're looking for it, but yeah.
No.
Kerma ran away. Not gonna give him the clip.
It might be enough to deliver the objective, though. Hex is pushing in very aggressively, but there's a turret on the crossfire. Dimitri is going to muscle through. We do get the the overtime initiated. But rally up from Connie. All sorts of damage flying in the direction. Both rallies in, as a matter of fact. Good block from Connie onto the accretion out of Dimitri. Moving in to see if they can battle it down with Hex. Beats Hex down. Wins out the rally war. Oh, but Spingar from the outside finds the shot. Dimitri is able to move up, puts the pressure down on to Amity, and the point flips over this 99-99. Oh, no! And villains are late to get the touch in. No. That was too good a series to end like that.
They didn't even they didn't even realize the turret was up on that wall there as well. So they were just getting chipped down anyway. I think it was gonna go the way of Heatwave there in the end, but yeah, that's just an unfortunate way to.
Yeah, I mean, anytime your Soj has to be the one to try to slide in and touch, that's not ideal. That's not ideal. You know, you need your Soj for that damage output in those battles, especially with the way Clash has been playing all series. You're in desperate times when your Soj is having to slide on the point to try to keep the overtime going.
Oh, Spingar's just so I said it. Spingar's really good. 4.2 KD in that round for them, or in that map for them. Leading the lobby with eliminations. Just good stuff all around from them.
Yeah, Amity actually took the most damage in the lobby in that time, and once again, kind of going back to that Clash Spingar comparison, we're looking at a very, very close comparison. Actually, one fewer death there for Clash, but also a little bit less damage and a little bit fewer relives. And this is where I'd love to see that final blow metric.
I agree, because I mean we saw a lot. Like I feel like most of Amity's were final blows. So it would have been cool to see that from that expected perspective. I hope they also add ultimate usage, ultimates used.
I mean, yeah, that'd be kind of cool, but I don't think it's as pressing.
It's not necessary. I'd like to see it.
Yeah. I think the Sojourn use of ultimates, that was some of of perks, was some of the best use of perks I've seen so far here in our opening day of getting exposed to this new system. You know, we saw the overcharged and the adhesive siphon in use. I believe that was from Clash, and may have been from some. I think it was Clash though. But they actually they used that extra damage on the overclock to get a kill, and then landed the adhesive siphon and got a kill with the disruptor shot as well. So we saw both of those perks coming into play there, and I think it was the next to last fight. I believe it was the fight that Villains won there to get their side to 99. It was really cool. I don't know. I think it was the most impact I've seen the perks have yet.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I think the perks are great. I think it really changes the game, and it's something we've desperately needed.
They're a lot of fun, but they're not overwhelmingly groundbreaking. As I think when we all heard about it, we thought that, oh man, this is gonna change our entire gameplay loop. The whole point is just gonna be race to perks now or something. But it doesn't have nearly as massive an impact as I thought it would. It's just these nice little subtle things of, one, you get tracers that have a little bit different styles, or the Sojas, one's using the extended mag and the other one's using overclocked, and you get a little bit different play styles in that. I think it's this really cool kind of subtle thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. It gives a little bit more artistic value. I can't think of the word that I wanted.
Expression.
Expression. Yeah.
Yeah.
More hero expression for players that want to do a little bit different styles.
I think another. Oh, Nino only officially joined on Monday. Oh my goodness, Nino, you popped off, man. I'm sorry the series didn't go your way, but impressive showing. You definitely hit our radar, no doubts there.
Yeah, it looked really good. That Tracer, especially on Lijiang Tower.
Oh, it was Amity. Excuse me, Amity officially joined Monday, not
Hey,
Nino, but still.
Really good still. But I'll say it again, you did still hit our radar there. Especially with that the Tracer on Lijiang Tower.
Yeah.
It's just clean stuff.
But kind of circle back to perks. Like, I think a good example is, you know, we kind of heard it how broken the Tracer sounded, right? Like, that was the big example that everybody's using. It's not like we're saying nothing but Tracer. You know, it's not like Tracer is suddenly a must pick because she has 6 blinks.
And it's not even just that. Like, we saw, I thought Ana Ball in Kiri was going to be hard meta, right? But we only really saw that on Numbani, right? So it's also not, everything's changing really depending on the map.
Yeah, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, which is really nice too.
Yeah, Overwatch is always in a good spot when things are a little bit more map dependent, I think. As opposed to you just hard run the same comp no matter the map.
Yeah, like, thank God. Thank God, because when we were in, when the CGL people were in Stockholm for the finals, it was just so boring. Just
yeah, the hazard meta.
The Malga just playing.
Or the Malga meta,
over and over again. It was just and you found yourselves rooting for NRG Shock just because they were playing Junker Queen instead.
Hey, you know, that's normal. That's normal. Yeah. I mean, that's how I became a Chengdu Hunter fan, you know? Like oh. But
everyone was a fan of the Chengdu Hunters though.
Oh yeah, what's not to love about the Yeta Chad? The Yoda Chad.
Ooh. I'm so excited. ODWCS China's coming back next month.
Hell yeah. All right, this was fun. Let's do it again. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and back out of our dual chat here, but yeah, as soon as it gets soon.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, GG's.
Good night.
All right, friends. We're going to go ahead and wrap up here. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. Before we do, take a quick look at our schedule for the rest of the week. We got one more day of action. We're going to get some bonus expert action tomorrow in lieu of Master Division taking a quick hiatus because they were too scared to play on these perks. I'm teasing. But we do get some expert action tomorrow. Again, a few undefeated teams coming in. Actually, we'll go double check on some of those matches that we wanted to highlight here tonight. Before we close it out, I do want to go double check in on the Brock Helios match and the Wizard Cat Spark match. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you back tomorrow as we will have Phoenix Guard and Brock, who entering this week, we're both 4-0. Same with Quick in NMA, although NMA is now 4-1 as they did lose to Super Shy earlier today. So, a couple of banger matches coming up tomorrow as well. Before we turn in for the night, let's check in on those other two matches. I'm very curious. Okay, Helios takes the 3-1 over Brock, and BC Spark 3-0s Wizard Cats. Ooh, okay. Ooh, Ultimension move up to 4-2, barely staving off, dropping to 3-3 with a 3-2 there, staving off the reverse sweep as a matter of fact. So good job from Ultimension there to hang on. There you go. Okay, so some interesting shakeups here on this Wednesday night. Let's we'll take one final look at our standings and see how they sit before we close it out. BCU Spark move up to 6-0 after a 3-0 there over Wizard Cats. The first loss Wizard Cats have faced all season, and it's a 3-0. Helios also able to come out on top with a big dub in their own right. So massive wins. And again, you know, I think Artemis, at least I rated Artemis as their varsity team, but Helios, one of 3 undefeated teams left. 1 of 4, excuse me. So B-Rock lost their series. Lost that series against Spark. But, you know, have some time for redemption tomorrow. So, Phoenix Guard, Spark, Helios, and Heatwave are your only 4 undefeated teams left here after 3 weeks of play. But that is all I have for you tonight, friends. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate seeing all your friendly faces in chat. Really good to finally get Heatwave on stream here. You know, we were questioning their true strength, and they look strong. They look real damn strong. So, looks like Heatwave has returned to form and is going to be a serious contender here in Season 4 for Expert Division. But that is all I got for you tonight, friends. I appreciate y'all very, very much. It means the world to me to see y'all here. Thank you, thank you. And yeah, y'all be kind to each other. Stay hydrated. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye, y'all.